Hello, welcome back. It's not been that long since I filmed my last video, so I'm just jumping straight on it. I have a bit of like an exciting plan. So I have a knitting Instagram that is at Ruger Knits. I can link it down below or put it, I think it's on my like opening title card thing. My cousin actually messaged me on it and said like, oh, I really like your Guinness socks that I've done, that I'll insert a picture like here of one or two of the pairs that I've knit before. And she wanted to see if she could like commission me to knit a pair for her dad for Father's Day. So I'm so excited. I have never like done a commission or anything like that before, so it's going to be really exciting. I've got his shoe size and his foot measurements, so I know what to do here. I am going to go to the yarn shop today and buy the background yarn, which she's asked for like a denim blue, which is perfect because I'm going to knit. Let me find the project here. I was planning on knitting these socks here. What are they called? Sunny something socks by Summer Lee. Sunny side up socks by Summer Lee. They look like little flowers or eggs or something. So I was planning, she's done like blue cuff, yellow background, white flowers or eggs or whatever they are, and white contrast. I'm planning on doing it potentially all blue with just yellow little flowery things. So yeah, I think it's going to be absolutely perfect if I buy that blue yarn for the background of the Guinness socks and be able to use it for these too. Yippee! So I'm going to go to my local yarn store at lunchtime today. I'm currently working. So I'm going to go at lunchtime today, and then I'm also going to get another pair of little shorty needles. So in my last vlog I was talking about, I got the little like, what are they, 9-inch or 10-inch little sock needles. For colour work I go up 2 needle sizes, so I would knit like normal parts of the sock in 2.25mm needles. I'm going to knit the colour work in 2.75mm needles, so I'm going to just go and get a little shorty 2.75mm needle as well. So yeah, I'm excited. I will come back when I have got the yarn. Hopefully it's today. I just really hope they have a nice blue. If they don't, there's another shop in Belfast I can go to tomorrow, so yay! Hopefully you can hear me okay. I don't know if I'm going to be coming through the car or not, but I've just been to my local yarn store and I got a yarn for the main colour. I was looking for a yellow as well, but they didn't actually really have very many yellow yarns, so I might buy this same yarn. This is Symphony Terra, I think it's called. The sticker is actually covering what it's called, like the price sticker. I've used it before and it's so soft, and they have a couple of yellows, so I'm going to go in Ravelry when I get home and have a look at the projects in the different yellow colourways to see what it actually looks like. But yeah, that'll be the base colour, that'll be the cuff, that'll be the foot, and then obviously different colours for the actual Guinnesses and contrast toe and heel. And I also got a teeny tiny little 2.75mm needle. It's a 10-inch one, so that'll be for the colour work. So yay, happy days. I have just finished work and now I am gonna wind this ball of yarn. So I have a winder, but I don't have one of those, what do you call it, a Swift or something. So what I tend to do to make it easier is put it into a ball first, and then from a ball wind it into a cake. So here we go. I have the ends, you can see. I'm just gonna put these over 2 chairs with the back spacing each other, and then I can wind it into a ball from there. Don't mind the mess of my office, but this is just how I live. Right, where's the end? There's one. I literally just take the end and just like wrap it over my 2 fingers first. And then I'm just going to try and turn it into a little ball. It's like a little tiny thing like this, but the more yarn I add to it, the more of a ball it'll become. And then you can knit it from it being a ball, but I just prefer to cake it up since I have the yarn winder for it, and and I think it's better for the yarn to keep it stored in a cake rather than a ball. Oh, all that yarn's falling off. Okay, let's go this way. I hope you can see this. I need to set up my winder, but I have the box here. If anybody wants to know, it's the Knit Pro wool winder. I'm pretty sure I got it from like Wool Warehouse or potentially Amazon. But yeah, I've had it for a couple of months now and it's working really good. So I tend to do this at the coffee table. I don't tend to do it at the desk, but yeah, I'm just gonna set it up. There we go. That's not going anywhere. A little hack that I like to do is put the box on the floor and put your yarn in the box so that it's not gonna fly away. It's not gonna like roll around the floor. I just realized as well, I'm about to cast on a pair of blue socks, dark blue socks. I have my dark blue Sevilla blouse, and then I also have camisole number 4, which I'm doing in a dark blue too. So I'm gonna be absolutely sick of dark blue after all of this. I think everything I'm working on right now is dark blue, except for I'm doing like a little hair bow thingy. It's like a dahlia hair bow or something, I think it's called, which is, I'm doing that in like a green mohair. And now we have a gorgeous cake of yarn. What I like to do is take the label and try and like put it in the middle. I usually do pull from the outside of the cake, especially if it's like a sock yarn or something. So I'm gonna try and put this label in the middle. Kind of worked. Yeah, cake of yarn. Now I can just cast on and start knitting. I'm doing, I think I forgot to say. I'm gonna try and hold my tripod, so apologies if it's all over this show, but I'm knitting my My Guinness Socks, which is a pattern that I've come up with myself, and I have knit it twice now, so this will be the third time. Usually with the other two I did contrast heel, toe and cuff. This one I'm just doing contrast heel and toe, and the cuff will be in the same colour as the main background colour. So yeah, I can just cast it on and knit away. I also got another little mini needle, another 10-inch needle, a 2.75mm one for the colour work. So that'll be good. I think that'll stop me having any like jog in between the pints of Guinness where where the cable is pulled through, or where the end of the round is. It'll just be like one continuous thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna cast those on tonight. Hello, I'm back. I have 2 dogs here. Well, no, I don't. But I am just giving an update on what I have done so far. So I've done the cuff of the socks, I've done a little bit of stockinette stitch, and then I'm about to start the colour work. So I just thought I would try and film at least some of me doing the colour work. So I've got a couple of stitches before the beginning of round. I just didn't want to end at the beginning, so the marker would be like loose. So okay, there we go. Beginning of round. So now what I want to do is, whenever I have knit these before, I've had to rip them out a couple of times because the colour work's been too tight. So I'm just going to take like sewing thread, so it's nice and really thin. I have like a load of, oh, there's my needles in there. I have a load of like random like sewing stuff in here, like a little hand sewing kit. I'm going to take red because it's nice and bright, and I'm just going to take like a proper little sewing needle instead of one of the thick sort of ones that you'd use to weave in the ends of your knitting project. I can take my marker off as well because I need to switch needles, so I know where my beginner round is right now because that is the next stitch. Let me just, it really doesn't matter if I'm like doing like double thickness or not, because I'm hoping I'm going to just take this out when I'm done. So I'm just going to thread that through. All I'm doing is like putting it through the stitches while they're on the needle. It's a little bit difficult to make sure you get the whole stitch and you don't just like go through the middle of like the yarn and split it. So I will come back once I have finished this, because it will take me a little minute. Then I will be ready to switch needles and get my colour work on the go. My dog. The other one wants to be in the video now, so okay. I have thread the like sewing thread through all the stitches on the needle and just tied a knot in it, and I'm giving myself like, I always like give myself a massive bit just so that like a massive bit before I tie it, just so that there's plenty of room for these stitches to stretch, because they're going to need to. So for colour work, I am sizing up 2 needle sizes, so I would knit the rest of the sock on a 2.25mm needle. This is a 2.75mm needle, and it is brand new. I've never used this one before, I just got it for this project. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. So the first colour I'm using, I've got a couple of yarns here. I keep my main colour like attached because it is throughout the colour work. I've got a yellow here, which is, I think I got this one from like Soft String Green like years ago, and it's just like a cotton one. It is quite thick, but it's perfect for a project like this. I have a white one. I can't remember who this is by. I do have the label in there, but if I take it out, like I feel like it's all just going to fall apart. So I have a white sock yarn, and then I have a black sock yarn as well, and this is just like a Drops, I think it's Drops Fable or something, is their one of their sock yarns. But again, the label's in the middle and I don't want to take it out. So first row, I'm only using one colour. Second row, I've got 2 colours, and then back to one colour again. So I'm just going to start. So first couple of stitches I've got here, this is going to be fiddly. First couple of stitches I've got here are in the background colour, so let me just get this piece of string out the way. Okay, so 1, 2, and then I'm going to join in my contrast colour. I'm knitting a good few stitches in this contrast colour. Something I'm going to do for these socks, because the most amount of stitches that I'm knitting in one colour is 7, I'm not going to catch any of my floats. I'm just going to carry them across. I did hear like a rule of thumb that you shouldn't knit for more than like 4 or 5 stitches without catching the float, but because this is like, these are little stitches and it's a sock, like you're not, 4 or 5 stitches isn't going to be like an inch, it's going to be like a centimetre. So I think maybe a centimetre and a half, so I think I should be okay to not catch the floats. As I'm knitting, I'm just making sure whenever I'm pulling a new colour in that I'm stretching out all the stitches before, so that it should minimise any bunching. On the second round, once I'm bringing in another colour and I've switched to my new needles completely, I might turn my work inside out and work like inside out. I've heard that that really helps with tension with colour work. I did that in the last socks and I think it did help, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. I have finished my first round of colour work. It is messy already because of the little lifeline here and the couple of ends I have here, but finished with this needle. This one's done until the colour work is finished, then I'll go back to that one. But yeah, here it is. Cute. All the needle, or all the stitches like bunched up on the needle because there's a lot of stitches. This is quite a big size. But yeah, now I am going to join in my second colour that I'm using for the colour work, so my third colour overall. That's for the foam of the Guinness, and then I'll just go on, work a little bit, and then I'll check back in once I'm maybe halfway through the colour work section. So I'm about halfway through the colour work now. I have been knitting it inside out. You can see the floats here. They're quite long, but to be honest, I think that should be okay. So let me just turn this the right way out. And here we have the beginnings of little pints of Guinness. I really like the fact I'm knitting this on a shorter needle because I had an issue with magic loop. I would split it like in between 2 pints, and then the part that it was split at would be really like bunched up because the floats were a little bit too tight. So yeah, I think this is going good. I've still got my lifeline in there. I'm going to finish the colour work, and then what I'm going to do, so I'm knitting these for somebody else, and I have the like foot measurements, like ball of the foot measurement and heel measurement. Or not heel measurement, sorry, ankle measurement. What I didn't ask for, which I wish I did, was a measurement of, you know, like, what do you call it? Your instep, I think. It's like this from like your heel here to here. So that is going to be the widest part, and that is the part that if the sock is too tight, it'll not fit over there. But I have the ball of the foot measurement, so what I'm going to do is put on a load of pairs of socks until the ball of my foot is the same width as the measurement I got, and then hopefully that'll mean that the instep is as like the same size as this person's instep, and then try and pull these on. That'll be super fun to try, but it's the only thing I can think of because these are a gift that the person doesn't know they're receiving, so I can't do anything about it. I'm really worried that they won't fit. Oh, so that's the only thing I can do to try and make them make sure that they fit before they're given. But yeah, that's my progress. I'll check in again once I've finished the colour work and maybe, I don't know, done a round or two of just the blue colour again. So I have finished doing the colour work on these socks. Took me maybe a couple of hours. It was a lot quicker with me not picking up my floats than it would have been if I was picking up the floats. And there's not too much puckering, which is good. You don't want any puckering with colour work. There is maybe the tiniest little bit, but to be honest, I'm hoping whenever I block these, and I'm going to stretch them out quite a lot, that there'll be no puckering at all. So yeah, I am knitting the stockinette section now, and I'm just going to do that for a good bit until I'm ready for the heel flap. That is the inside of them, so you can see like some of the longest floats are the white parts, maybe like 2 finger lengths, so that should be okay. I'm hoping. The other side is very messy because that's where all the ends are, but I was literally just thinking about doing the heel flap, so I'm obviously not ready for that. It'll be another little bit of knitting to be done before I get there, but I was just thinking I have 82 stitches on my needles. 82 divided by 2, because you need to have an even amount of stitches on hold and an even amount for the heel flap. 82 divided by 2 is 41, so I don't think that's going to work out with how you need to do, you like knit one, slip one, so I'm going to end on, you need to end on a slip stitch every time as far as I can tell, and it's going to make me end on like a knit stitch, so I think I'm going to actually add 2 stitches just before I do the heel flap for these, just to make sure that I have an even amount of stitches, and 2 extra stitches might help the fit if I'm worried about that fit for the instep. And then I can go back down. I can decrease by 2. Let's see when I'm doing the gusset decreases, I'll just decrease by an extra 2. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So yeah, I will probably just blast through the leg here over the next maybe day or 2 or however long, and then get on to the heel flap. Quick little update on where I am in my project. I have finished the leg, started the cuff for some reason, or not the cuff, sorry, I started the heel. For some reason I've set these down in the middle of a row, like 4 stitches in. So I might as well just knit to the end of this one. So I am leaving, there's like a million needles on here. That's because these ones are just on hold. And I've just got my long needles that I'm going back and forth and doing the heel flap on. I'm also typing up the pattern like properly. Like I had a bit of a pattern typed up, but I kind of skipped over like the heel flap and stuff because I just sort of know what to do with that. I didn't have to like read anything off a piece of paper for it, but I'm properly typing it up as I knit these and really like bulking out the pattern so that as soon as I finish like one sock, it should be pretty much ready for me to like upload. I probably will wait until I've done the second sock while reading the pattern just to make sure there's been no mistakes, but it should be completely fine. That's where I am. I have 2 other projects on the go, so these ones aren't like such a, what's the word, a priority. I'm mainly focusing on, try and get these to a good point where next time I'm home alone I can film a video and talk about it. So I can't film a video with my fiance in the house, it's too embarrassing. But he's just gone out for like an hour or 2 there, and I was like, right, okay, quickly, let me film a video. So yeah, I'm just doing like purling across and then knitting one, slipping one on the right side for my heel flap, so that gives it a nice kind of like reinforced like textured sort of look. And then I will do my heel turn. I actually don't have a crazy amount of this black yarn left, so I hope I have enough to get through 2 socks. Like 2 little contrast bits on 2 socks plus all the Guinness's worth. Not a crazy amount, and there's a label in there. Uh-oh. I'm gonna buy another one of these. I'm pretty sure this is just drops. Yeah, drops Fable. Anyway, I'll probably knit a bit more, check back in either when I'm doing the heel flap or it depends. Yippee! Hello, so bit of an update. I think last time I was working on the heel flap. I've got that finished. It's quite long, it's about 6.5 centimeters I think I've done. I did the heel flap, or the heel turn, sorry, as well. And I realised the amount of stitches that I have on these is a little bit bigger than the actual extra large size that I'm gonna like put in the pattern. So when I did the heel turn, it gave me like a weird number of stitches because it was like an odd number, and I didn't realise that that was going to be important. But so I have an odd number of stitches on my needles at the minute. I've just finished the heel flap, joined in the other colour and picked up the stitches up the sides, and I'm about to do the gusset decreases, but I'll have to do an extra decrease just on one side. I haven't tried these on or anything, but I was thinking I might do that now. So I'm on the super long needles for this bit, and then I'm going to change back once I've done all my decreases. Obviously these aren't for me, so they probably will be humongous when I try them on, but just to get a sort of general idea. Do you know what? They're not like a million miles off my feet. Yeah, I think I like that length and stuff. And there's still like a good bit of stretch. I just need to make sure that there's plenty of stretch to get them over the heel. Yeah, I can still get like my thumb, maybe a couple of fingers in there. So I do still have my lifeline in from before I started the colour work. I will probably, I don't even know if you can see that. You can really vaguely see it. I'll probably just cut that out. But yeah, I've got a lot of decreases ahead of me, and then I will be back to just knitting in the round like normal. So I will probably do an update either after the decreases are done, or maybe as I'm knitting the foot, or before I start the toe. I don't know, because it's all pretty much not a lot going on after once I do all these decreases. It's just straight up knitting, which is a bit boring, but that's where I am now. So I've got plenty of time to do these, and I can't wait to get the second one on. Just blast it out, and then I've got a couple of ideas of some socks I'm gonna do for myself after. So I need to get these off the needles, free up my sock knitting needles, and then cast on my own ones. terrible angle and I have a fringe now, but I'm starting the toe. So I have 4 more stitches on this than the biggest size for the pattern. So I'm trying to work out when I need to stop. Did I just do a decrease there? Oh God. I don't know if I did. I might need to go back and count. So yeah, 4 more stitches on the sock than the biggest size. So I'm trying to work out how many stitches I need to have left before I graft it shut. But I will knit and knit and knit until I feel like I'm near there and see what I want to do. Oh, I don't do a decrease there. Okay. Oh, whoops. I can see that I did. Little project update. I have finished a sock. I need to weave in the ends still. And all the little, it's such a mess now with all the ends. So I still need to do that. But I have finished the sock the other day and cast it on the second sock, and I've just finished the cuff and just starting the like stockinette part before I move on to the colour work. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of where I've got to with it. I have been writing the pattern as well, and I have pretty much cleaned up the whole pattern and just need to double check the mass for each of the sizes, but it should be fine. And then I just need to add in like a little bit about the gauge and add in a couple of pictures and a little bit of info on whichever ones I choose as the sample. I'm going to like say like, oh, sample, I knit it in this yarn in this colour. So yeah, I'm really excited. As soon as I finish those socks, I'll finish off, you know, doing the pictures for the samples and stuff like that, and then I'll be able to upload it. I'm still debating. I don't know if I should charge for it or how much I should charge for it, but because it's just like a pair of socks, I'm thinking I don't want to charge like a $5. I don't know though, I'm gonna go, like I have definitely spent a $5 on a sock pattern that came in like one size before, so like fuck you if your feet are bigger than the size they came in. But luckily there was 64 stitches, which is what I would use for socks for myself. But yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have a look on Ravelry and see like some similar kind of patterns and see how much they're charging for it. But in my head I'm thinking like maybe £3. I don't know. Oh, like to be honest, it has been a lot of work. Like I've like taken a really long time to try and like write up the pattern and stuff, and I haven't done any testing. I've knit 3 sizes myself, so it has been a lot of work. So I'm like, oh, come on, like let the pattern price reflect how much work you've put in. But then on the other hand, I'm like, it's literally a really basic sock. It's literally just the chart. I'm in 2 minds about it. I don't know. I'll see. I'm going to release the pattern around the same time that this video will come out, so you'll see what decision I've made then. It's been a little minute. I was working on my camisole number 4, which I've finished. I'll maybe grab that in a minute and show you because it's sitting over there. But here I am, second pair of socks onto the heel. Yippee! Accidentally forgot to put a lifeline in before the colour work on this sock here, but to be honest, I think it's okay. It looks pretty much similar to the other sock. There is like a little bit of puckering, but I think that'll come out with blocking because my other ones have had a little bit of puckering like that before. This is the finished one, and I think it should be fine. Why's that look a wee bit funny? If I pulled that tight, it looks like it's like missing there. I think it's just pulled a little bit tight. That'll all be sorted out when I weave in the ends and block it. Because I think it's just nicer lighting in here. My camisole number 4. I hope I'm gonna do a vlog, I think anyway, like a project vlog, like whips, finished objects and stuff. But sneak peek, so cute. The straps are here. I just finished it yesterday and blocked it, and it dried in like no time because it's summer here. I have a little project update. I think I was filming last in the car, just knitting the main part of the foot. I got onto the toe, obviously you can see, and I've run out of yarn. So I I'm going to go to the yarn shop tomorrow. I hope it's open because it's bank holiday tomorrow. And see if I can get the same yarn, hopefully in the same dye lot or a close enough one. I did get this one. This is just Drops Fable. I did get it from the yarn shop that I'm going to tomorrow, so hopefully they still have the same dye lot sitting out. Otherwise, what I was thinking, if there's a different dye lot and it looks really different, I might just rip this all back and just knit the toe, just in that dye lot. But if it looks crazy different from the heel, I don't know what I'm going to do. I do have other projects with this in. I do have like another pair of socks that I have knit some contrast bits with this same yarn that, to be honest, I'm not that keen on those socks. So if I had to rip them out to salvage some yarn for these socks, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's not going to break my heart. It'll just be a bit annoying. So yeah, good luck to me going to the yarn shop tomorrow to get these finished off. I am currently not at my house. I'm house sitting, so I don't have like my blocking mat or my wool wash or anything. So I'm hoping, it is Sunday today and I'm home on Wednesday, so I'm hoping between now and Wednesday, although I'm pretty busy. Going to the Scissor Sisters concert on Tuesday and I'm in the office and stuff, so yeah, hopefully between now and Wednesday I can get these finished and get all the ends weaved in, because look at all those ends. There's more in here. So then I can just get ready to block them as soon as I get home and send them away to my cousin. So she wanted them for Father's Day, which I think is either in the middle or the end of June, so I need to get these finished. But yeah, good luck to me finding the right dye lot. Don't mind my fringe, it's a bit wet outside, but I got it. I got the yarn and it's the exact same dye lot, what is it, 519005, as what I was already using, which is amazing because I bought this yarn like at least 6 months, maybe a year ago. So yay! I'm just going to finish off the toe and Kitchener stitch it shut. I'm back and I have 2 socks complete and blocked and ready to go. Oh, I'm so happy with these. Yeah, I blocked them. They took like a couple of days. It's summer now, so they took like, yeah, a couple of days still to dry. But look at how good the actual Guinnesses turned out. So I think I mentioned before there looked to be like a little bit of puckering, but I wasn't worried about that at all because the same thing had happened with my other couple of pairs and they blocked out completely fine. So yeah, I'm so happy with these. So my other cousin is going to come and pick these up for her sister, because her sister lives in England and I'm in Northern Ireland. So I did a little care card of how you can look after these. I actually can't remember about this yarn, but I have knit up these socks in the exact same yarns, just a different background colour, and they have been fine in the washing machine on a low temperature. So I've just said yes, I find it wash on low in the washing machine, but don't tumble dry and dry flat. So these are ready to go with the little thing. I'm not going to wrap them or anything. I'm just going to let her wrap them herself, or just put them in a wee gift bag or something. But I was thinking the little care note I have has like a hole in it that you can put like a string through or something, and I have this nice little like twine, so I might just I might like fold this into a nice little like a thing like this. It'd be nicer if you could see the Guinnesses, and like tie it round with like a wee piece of twine or something. I think that would be quite cute. But more exciting, so as I was knitting these, I was like really working on writing up the pattern. Like I had a Word document. I already had the chart drawn up from whenever I first knit my Guinness Socks back in December, whenever that was. So I was working on the Word document, just trying to actually bulk that out and like make it make sense and make it flow. And I am pleased to say that I have released the pattern for the Oh My Guinness Socks. So if you're interested in knitting these and you want to see what the colour chart looks like, you want to see how to do the heel and the decreases and the toe and all of that stuff, then the pattern is available on both Ravelry and Etsy. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason Etsy is dearer even though I put out the same price. So it's £3. Not sure how much that is if you're watching from, you know, Europe where you pay in euros, or America or whatever, but it's £3. It's £3 on Ravelry, but on Etsy, when I tried to put it as £3, it charged me a different amount for like VAT or something, like, or it adds it on, so it's £3.60 on Etsy. So if you have Ravelry, buy it on Ravelry. Yeah, I really hope that some more people will knit these up, because currently the only projects I have like tied to it are my own, so we're really good to see some other people cast it on, and then I'll be able to go on Ravelry and see the project. So yeah, if you have any feedback or anything, my email is on the pattern when you buy it, so, or not the pattern, sorry, it's like the email. Whenever you buy it, you can contact me from there, or you can message me on Ravelry or Instagram or comment on YouTube. I actually I've never like got a comment on YouTube before, so I don't know if I'll have notifications, but yeah, I'm so happy. Ooh. Honestly, it feels so good to publish a pattern. And okay, I'll tell you what happened. It's Monday now, and I published a pattern on Saturday morning, and 2 people have bought it already, and it was like the best feeling ever. It was so buzzing. It was like Saturday night in bed about to go to sleep, and then I got like a PayPal thing through that somebody had like bought my pattern from Ravelry, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that. And I was like, oh, so exciting. Told my fiance who was in work, and then went to sleep, and I was like, oh, wonder will I get any more overnight, but I didn't. But I did get one on Sunday, so yippee. But anyway, I'll leave the vlog here. So buzzing with these. Already working on the next sock pattern. I bought a little notebook so I could draw up sock ideas, and creativity is just flowing out of me. So yeah, look out for the next one. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Mwah! See you in the next one.